Welcome to our Yoga for Everyone. Enjoy class.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for coming out this morning, or wherever you are, in your living room, in your office, wherever you're going to take this class. Just thank you for taking this time for yourself, kind of giving back to your body. It's a great way to start your day. So if you're not already, please go ahead and come into a nice comfortable seat. It doesn't have to be cross-legged. It can be legs extended, legs out in front, whatever is most comfortable for you. I'll encourage you to go ahead and just close your eyes for a moment, or just look down towards your floor. I'll always like to start off with a little centering and grounding practice in my classes. So allow yourself to notice where your hips meet, wherever you are seated. And from that base point, rise up. So lift up through the crown, the very top of your head. Draw your shoulders back. And just sit up as tall as you can. Just notice if you made any little adjustments to your seat. As you are seated here, we're going to bring our attention to our breath for a moment. So inhale, see if you can breathe in through your nose. And exhale out through your mouth. Okay, take another nice inhale in through your nose. Exhale out through your mouth. Now one more time, inhale in. And exhale out. Okay, just getting yourself synced up with your breath. Next inhale, I'm going to ask you to join your hands together in front of your heart center space, right in front of your chest. And if you have something you're working towards in your yoga practice, maybe you're looking for more flexibility, maybe it's something more emotional, maybe it's patience, whatever it is, think about that now. Why did you decide to take this class? And then take one more nice deep breath in. Seal in that intention. And exhale. Let go of anything that could get in your way. Inhale, open up your eyes and reach your arms all the way up and overhead. Reach towards your ceiling, reach towards the sky. Exhale, let the hands part, bring them down to about shoulder height. Spread your wings. Inhale, lift the hands back up and overhead. Exhale, bring the hands back down in front of your chest. Revisit your heart. Inhale, go ahead, reach back up, stretch those shoulders. Exhale, part the hands, bring them down shoulder height. Inhale, go ahead, come back up. Exhale, back in front of the chest. Good, keep going a couple more times. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, down. Inhale, back up. Exhale, back in front of the heart. One more time, continue, inhale. Exhale, come down. All right, this time, bring a bend to your elbows, palms face forward. We're going to work on our rotator cuff. Exhale, press the palms down towards the floor. This is as far as you need to go, but you can go a little further if you want. Inhale, go ahead, bring those palms back up. Exhale, press them down. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, press down. Good. It can feel a little strange at first if you're not used to this movement, but just give it a try. Great, and one more time. Next time you inhale, bring the palms back up. And exhale, squeeze your forearms and palms together in front of your chest. If they don't touch, just get them as close as they can. And then inhale, open up the arms, squeeze them back behind, almost as if you're trying to draw your elbows back behind you. And again, exhale, drawing back together in front. Inhale, open up, squeezing back behind. Nice open chest, stretch for the pecs. And again, exhale, back together. And inhale. And exhale. And inhale. All right, this time we're going to bring our right elbow. See if you can allow it to cross over your left elbow. If it doesn't cross over, just bring the arms over the chest like this. If you can get them to cross, see if you can bring the backs of the hands together or wrap the fingertips into the palm. Lift the elbows away from the chest. You can also pull your thumbs away from your forehead slightly. That'll give you a deeper stretch. And I always like to do some circles here. If you've been to my class, these are one of my favorites, our eagle arm circles. It really gets into the upper back area, places where you just normally can't reach. And if you're like me and you hold your stress on your shoulders, this is a good way to get some of that stress out. And our body does hold our stress. All right, so go ahead and switch your direction now. Go the other way around a few times. And then yoga is a great way to kind of work into the body, work into the mind in a way that allows us to release it. Maybe feel a little lighter afterwards. If you ever feel better after class, I hope that's why. All right, so elbows can come back down, uncross your arms, and just take a quick check-in. How does that right shoulder now feel compared to the left shoulder? Can you even see the difference in my shoulders, how one is higher than the other now? So we're gonna balance ourselves out. So let's bring our left elbow over our right. Again, just do what you can. Elbows can lift, thumbs can draw away from the forehead. Feel free to circle around. Just exploring how movement feels on this side of your body. Just getting more in touch with yourself. You might feel some little pops and cracks. Don't worry too much. A little bit of that is normal. When you're ready, go ahead and switch. Go the other way. And just loosening up, opening, releasing. One more time around. Okay, next time elbows come down, go ahead and uncross those arms. Again, check back in. Do they feel a little bit more balanced and centered now? All right, we're going to stay seated just a little longer. We're going to bring our attention down to our hands and our wrists. So go ahead and bring your palms up in front of you, like you're holding something and you want it to be as flat as possible. So the fingers are stretched out. As you exhale, we're going to press our palms out away from our chest, like you're really reaching out in front. You're going to point the fingers down towards the floor, rotate them to face you, or face each other, and then pull them back in towards you. And we'll do that about 5 times. So exhale again. Press the palms out, reach out in front, point down, in, and scooping back up. And exhale, inhale in. Just get a little bit more fluid with your movement as you get the hang of it. And my wrist is popping and cracking a little bit. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but and one more time. And next time you bring those hands in, I want you to reach your right hand out. You're going to give me a high five and then just start to circle that hand around. If you need some support under the arm, feel free to bring the other hand underneath. And then switch that direction. Relax that right arm, shrug out the right shoulder. And we'll do the same on the left. So left hand reaches out, virtual high five, circle around. And switch the direction, go the other way. Lovely. And you can go ahead, release that arm back down, shrug out the left shoulder. And we're going to go ahead and move on to all fours now. So go ahead and come onto hands and knees here. If you need cushion under your knees, you could use a towel or a blanket for extra support. And we're going to go right into our cat-cow, which is our spinal warm-up. So hands under shoulders, knees under hips. On your next inhale, you're going to let the belly lower, the tailbone will lift, chin will draw away from the chest. On your exhale, you're going to tuck your tailbone under, your belly's going to draw in and up, the spine will arch up, chin will draw in towards the chest. Inhale again, belly lowers, tailbone lifts, chin draws away from the chest. And switch. Exhale, spine arches, tailbone tucks, chin draws in. Continue, and we'll do about 3 or 4 more. Just try to move with your own breath. Just getting in sync with yourself Feeling that connection to your body, to your spine. Just feeling the hands pressing down into the mat. And one more. Next time you arch up, go ahead and come back to a tabletop position, just flat back. And we're going to work on our core a little bit. So inhale, reach your right leg back behind you, straighten the leg. And if you can, go ahead and lift your left arm out in front, like you're going to shake somebody's hand. The thumb is pointed up. Really reach back through that leg, reach forward through the fingertips, find your stability, your balance. And exhale, go ahead, release hand, release knee, bring it down, switch sides. So left leg will extend back. The right arm reaches forward again. Find that nice long diagonal line here. And exhale, go ahead and release down. Let's do the other side again. So right leg kicks back, left arm forward. And next exhale, release down and switch one more time. Left leg extends, right arm forward. Eyes can just be straight down. And exhale, release, bring the hand and knee back down. I'm gonna go ahead and tuck our toes under from here, lift our knees, lift our hips. Draw ourselves into our downward facing dog. Go ahead and walk your dog if you'd like. Bend in one knee, press down through that other heel. Give those hamstrings a nice little warm up. Head and neck can shake yes and no. And allow yourself now to start to walk your feet all the way up towards your hands, coming into a standing forward fold. So you can have a soft bend in your knees. You can even grab opposite elbows and let your body sway a little bit from each side. And while we are here, we're going to do our nice warm-up practice, which is our sun breathing. So on your next inhale, bring your hands up to your shins, your knees, or your thighs, halfway to a flat back, drawing the shoulder blades together, reaching the crown of the head forward. Exhale, releasing, surrendering back down. Next inhale, arms back out by your ears. Lengthen and stand all the way up. Arms will reach up and overhead. As you exhale, bring the hands down through your chest, through your heart. Fold from your hips and reach all the way back down towards the mat. Inhale again, come back up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way back up to stand. Arms reach overhead, lengthen. Exhale, hands down through the chest. Fold forward. Return back down. Inhale again, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, return all the way back to the top. A couple more just to warm us up. Exhale, come down. Inhale, halfway, lift, squeeze those shoulder blades together. Exhale. Inhale, back up. Good, and one more time, last time. Exhale, here we go, come down. Inhale, back up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, all the way back up to the top. Exhale, hands back to your heart. Check in with yourself, see how you're feeling. We're going to go ahead and do some sun salutations this morning. We're going to take it slow for anyone who's a beginner. So you can go ahead and step up to the very top of your mat. And have your feet hip width apart. Go ahead and let your hands come down by your sides, roll your shoulders back, reach the crown of your head up. This is just our Tadasana, our mountain pose. And from mountain, draw the hands back in front of the chest. Inhale, extend the arms out, reach them up alongside your ears. Optional little back bend here if you want to take it. And then exhale, fold forward from the hips, bring the fingertips down beside your toe tips. Inhale, step your right foot back to a lunge. Back knee can stay lifted or lower down. Hands can stay down, come up to rest on the thigh, the heart center, or maybe up alongside your ears, just drawing those shoulder blades back behind you. You can also press your hips forward and down. Keep your knee over your ankle. Just make sure you're stable here. And exhale, take the hands back down, frame that front foot. Step your front foot to meet your back foot, lift your hips, come back to your downward facing dog. And next, inhale, bring your chest forward over your hands, coming into a plank position. If you need to modify, come down to your knees. You're going to take your shoulders forward of your hands, bring your elbows in towards your ribs, scoop the chest either to cobra or extend the arms, press into the tops of the feet, lift the thighs for upward facing dog. Go ahead and tuck your toes under, lift your hips back up, return to your downward facing dog. Eyes look back to the top of the mat, take as many steps for your right foot to get back up to the top as you need. If it takes a couple steps, don't worry about it. Again, back knee up or down. Choose if you wish to lift the hands or not. You can take it up to whatever challenge level suits you this morning. You need it to be a little faster. You can always go a little faster, a little slower. Exhale, go ahead, let the hands come back down. Step that back foot up to meet the front forward fold. And inhale, all the way back up to stand. Optional back bend if you want. Hands come back to heart center. Good, so we'll do 2 more rounds with a little variation. Inhale again when you're ready. Arms reach out and up. Little bend at the top if you wish. Exhale, fold forward from the hips, come back down. Inhale this time, left foot steps back first for your lunge. Again, back knee up or down. The variation, if you want to take it, is to take a twist on this round. So the hands to heart center, elbows lifted, they're lined up with each other. We'll twist to face that right side of the body. Left elbow can come down towards the outside of that right knee if you want to take the bind. Eyes can look down or out over your right elbow. Find your breath here. Try to relax. Hold yourself. Very nice, everyone. One more breath. And next exhale, twist back to face the center. Plant the hands and step your front foot to meet your back. Downward facing dog. All right, next inhale, bring the chest back forward over the hands, plank or modify down on the knees. Shoulders forward of the hands, elbows in towards the ribs. Scooping through chaturanga, either to cobra or upward facing dog. And back again to your downward facing dog. Eyes look back up between the hands. Take as many steps for that left foot to get all the way back up for your lunge. And again, if you're gonna follow and you wanna take your twist, hands back up to the heart center. Exhale, rotate to the left. Right elbow down. Eyes can look down or up over your left elbow. Find your breath here. Stabilize, center. And next exhale, twist back to the middle. Plant the hands. Back foot steps up to meet the front again. Forward fold. Inhale, arms back out by the ears. Standing all the way back up. Optional back bend. Hands return back to the front of the chest. Good, one more round to go. You're doing great so far. Let's finish strong. So when you're ready, inhale, arms out and up. Little bend. Exhale, forward fold, fingertips down. Inhale, right foot steps back. Lunge. Good, again, knee back or up. You're going to keep your right hand down this time if you want to take the variation. As you exhale, twist open with your left arm. Reach that up and overhead. Going into our hands down twist. Really nice stretch for that left hip. And on your next exhale, let your left hand return, plant it back down. Step the front foot to meet the back to your downward facing dog. Inhale back forward to your plank or modify and chaturanga through either cobra or upward dog again. Back again. Downward facing dog. Eyes look back up. Take as many steps for that right foot to make its way back to the top. Left hand may stay down under the shoulder. Exhale, twist open with the right arm. And which way do you want to look with your eyes? What feels better for you? And on your next exhale, return the right hand down. Step the back foot up to meet the front, forward fold. Inhale, return to standing, arms up and overhead. Exhale, hands back to heart. Let's see if your heartbeats change, if you feel any different, if you feel a little bit more energized. And arms can relax down by your sides. Good job, everyone. So we're gonna all turn on our mats now to work the entire width of it. So go ahead and do that. Take a nice wide step out to the side, about 3 or 4 feet apart with your legs. The wider, the harder it will be, but you can always adjust. So let's start by turning our right toes out towards the side of the mat. Right heel align with left heel or the arch of the left foot. Go ahead and bring a bend to that right knee. I like to start with hands on the shoulders and then stretch the arms out from there, looking out over those right fingertips, coming into our warrior two pose. And really reach out through the fingertips, extend. Right, if you want to go further in your lunge, you can always widen your stance slightly. And imagine you're either pressing your feet apart or you're kind of drawing the feet towards one another to help with your engagement. Take a few rounds of breath here. Just feeling your own strength within your body. And your next exhale, we're going to move into a little bit of a flow. So you're going to take that right arm, bend the elbow, bring the forearm down to the thigh, allowing the left arm to reach up and overhead. Inhale, return back up to your warrior two. Exhale, take the left hand down to the left thigh, reach the right arm up and overhead, palm faces down for your reverse warrior. Inhale, come back to the middle, return to your warrior two. Exhale, forearm down, left arm up, coming into side angle. Inhale again, back to warrior two. And reverse warrior, left hand down, right arm up. Right, continue to flow back and forth here. Exhale as you come down. If anyone wants to go further, they could even try bringing this right hand down to the inside of the foot. And come back up. Exhale, back, reverse warrior. Make sure that top palm is facing you. Inhale back to your warrior two. And exhale. Side angle. Inhale, warrior two. And back again, reverse warrior. Do 2 more on your own. You're doing great. Keep up the good work. This is really nice for the core and the side body. Last one. And next time you're back in your warrior two, keep the arms out. I'm going to straighten that front knee slightly and keep a little bit of a bend in the knee. Imagine you're reaching forward with your right fingertips, like there's something far out in front. Keep this hip drawn back, left side. Right hand reaches down to the inside of the calf. Left arm reaches up and overhead, coming into triangle pose. Imagine you're being lifted up by this top arm, keeping the core engaged. And again, this hip is not rotating down towards the mat. Just be mindful of that. Finding your breath while you're here. Focusing. And when you're ready, inhale, pull yourself back up to center. Relax those arms, relax the shoulders. Wonderful work. And turn the right toes back to face the front. I'm going to take a little intermission before we do the other side and take a wide-legged forward fold. You can start with your hands on your hips. As you exhale, just come down halfway. You're going to have a nice flat back here. just to start. And then releasing further down your next exhale. Maybe the hands reach the mat, maybe they don't. And if they don't reach, you can have a block here to reach for if you need it. You can also grab opposite elbows again. Swing a little, sway a little to each side. See how that feels through the back. And while we're here, we'll be taking a wide-legged twist. So allowing your left hand to come down center of your chest. Again, if you can't reach, grab one of your blocks and bring that underneath for your health. And on your exhale, we're gonna twist open, reaching our right arm out and up overhead. If your shoulder is tired, you may wish to bring the hand down to the hip for just a little bit more of a restful pose. Or you could also bring the top of the hand down towards the opposite hip. So not the palm, but the top of the hand. So the shoulder is slightly more relaxed. If you still don't feel like you're getting a stretch, you could try walking your left hand closer over towards your right leg, maybe even holding on to the ankle or the calf if that's accessible to you. On your next exhale, let's go ahead and unwind that right arm. Bring yourself back down through center. Take the left hand's place with the right hand. And exhale, twist open. Left arm reaches up and overhead. And hand can come down to hip or reach across towards that right hip even. Maybe the right hand wants to walk over closer towards the left foot. And just breathe into the stretch. Allow yourself to release gently. With each breath, allow yourself to let go just a little bit more, finding more ease with time. And on your next exhale, unwind that left arm. Wind yourself back through center. Inhale, gradually stand back up tall. Find your breath. You can feel a little lightheaded after being down, so take a moment if you need it. And then turn the left toes out to face the left side, and we'll do our sequence all over again. So go ahead and bring a bend to that left knee. Inhale, expand the arms out. Gaze out over your left fingertips. And you could widen your stance if you want to go a little further. Reach for those fingertips. Press the feet apart, or maybe squeezing the feet toward one another. See which you prefer. One is going to engage more of that inner thigh area. The other is going to work more on the glute. Great job, guys. When you're ready, from here, moving into our little flow, exhale, take that left forearm down to the left thigh. Right arm extends, reach it up and overhead. Inhale, return to your warrior two. Exhale, right hand down, left arm reaching up, coming into our reverse warrior. Inhale, returning back to warrior two. And again. Exhale, side angle. If you want to reach further down with that left hand, feel free to explore it. Inhale, return back to warrior two. And exhale, coming back to reverse warrior. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, back to warrior two. And back to reverse warrior. Right, continue alternating back and forth. Don't rush. Don't feel like you have to go back and forth too quickly. Just move at your own natural pace. If you want to enjoy the stretch a little bit longer, you don't have to move right away. Okay, this class is adaptable, so you can make it your own. You don't have to follow everything exactly. Have a little bit more freedom. Okay, last one here. And then when you're back in your warrior two next time, we'll go right into triangle. So straightening that front knee slightly. Reach forward with those left fingertips. Right hip draws back. Left hand can drop down. Right arm can reach up and overhead. Remember, it's like you're being lifted up by that top arm. It's not about how far down you can reach with this hand. That's a common misconception. When you're ready, next, pull yourself back up through center. Relax those arms. Turn your left toes back to face the front. I've got one more thing we're going to do here with this wide-legged stance. You want to angle your toes just slightly away from each other, kind of at a 45-degree angle. And I'll ask you to go ahead and grab one of your blocks if you can. If you don't have a block, don't worry about it. You can just pretend. So on your next inhale, we're going to bring the arms up and overhead. If you don't have the block, just have the hands just about a shoulder width distance apart. And as we exhale, you're going to rotate your torso and face towards the right. Bring that block down along that right side, across, over, and back up the opposite side until it reaches back up and overhead once again, just circling around. Try to exhale on the way down. Inhale as you draw yourself up. And exhale down. Inhale, come up. We'll continue with a few more circles around. These are called Qigong Circles. So they're not necessarily just yoga, but some of the other Eastern practices like Qigong and Tai Chi. It's nice to bring those into your practice sometimes for a little something different. They're all very similar. Next time you have your hands up and overhead, we're going to switch the direction. So bring the block down, the left side, across and up the right. And our Qigong, our Tai Chi, they refer to energy as Qi. And then in yoga, we use the word prana to describe energy and also to describe our breath. Our breath is also prana. Just a little fun fact for you if you're interested. I continue a couple more circles around. Go ahead and last time around. Next time, block is up and overhead. Relax, bring the shoulders back down, and step your feet back towards one another. Sit your block down for a moment. And we're going to do just a couple balancing practices, and then the rest of class will be down on the floor, down on the mat. So bring your feet to hip width distance. Eyes should be on a single point out in front of you. That's called your drishti, or your gazing point. Go ahead and shift your weight over towards your left. Take your right heel up. Rotate that right knee out to the side. We're going to come into tree pose. So allowing that foot to come up to calf or perhaps up to thigh. Try to avoid pressing right on the knee if you can. Don't want to put that pressure on your joint. Hands, if you'd like, can draw into the heart center, or perhaps express them out around you, branching out. Allow yourself to be rooted down through that standing leg, that foot. The core is engaged, your trunk is steady. Find your breath here. If you fall out, that's okay. Come back into it again. Just continue to try your best. Okay, so from our tree, we're going to try to go into eagle pose. So from here, you're going to try to release that foot down, cross your right thigh over your left thigh. Toes can come down beside the leg, be up alongside the calf, or wrap around the back of the calf. We did the arms earlier, so again, it'll be right elbow over left elbow, or right arm across left. Hands, back of the hands together, or fingertips to palms. Elbows can lift. The knees can bend here slightly to work on strengthening the lower body and challenging your balance. And find a gazing point with the eyes. Let yourself focus. Be surprised how much that really helps. Good job. Next exhale, we're going to unwrap those arms, unwrap your legs. Go ahead and shake off your left foot, your left ankle. Give it a little roll. What's holding you up there? And we'll do the same on our right side. So shift your weight over to right leg, right hip. Left leg lifts. Bring it up to calf or thigh. Or if you need to keep the toes down, that is fine. Do whatever is necessary for you. Whatever your tree looks like, that's perfect. Don't compare your tree to anybody else's, to my tree. Let yourself be unique. And grounded through the foot, stable through the core, and then expressive through your branches. And one more breath here, you've got this. And when you're ready, we're going to transition. So here we go. Left thigh comes over right thigh. Find where you'd like to have that left foot. Left elbow can come across the right elbow. Elbows may lift, knees may bend. And if it takes you a second to transition, that's okay. Find your flow. Find your balance and your breath. Yeah, hold a little bit longer. And if you fall out, don't be afraid to try again. And on your next exhale, let's unwrap those arms, let them go, unwrap your legs, shake off your right ankle. Good, we are all done standing, everybody. You did great. We're gonna make our way back down to our mat. Make sure you've got a block or a book or a strap or scarf with you as you make your way down. So you can come all the way down to your backs once you're down. We're going to start cooling things down here a little bit. And once you are down, just bring a bend to your knees, plant the feet to the floor, and grab your yoga block now. Take your block, pick up your hips, and slide it underneath the lower back so the tailbone will kind of curve off the edge of that block and support yourself. It should feel pretty comfortable if it's in the right place. So adjust it accordingly. And we'll pick up our right foot from here, pull our right knee into our chest. Maybe reach our hands up around our shin, hug it in a little closer. Your left leg can stay where it is, or it can straighten out. You can let it hover in the air. You can bring that leg down towards the mat. And with our right leg, we're going to go ahead and do some of our hip circles, just to wind around, kind of like a little massage for your hip. Yeah, keep doing a few more circles. And then switch the direction, go the other way around. And when you're ready, you may stop your circles, bring them back and through center, and reach the hands underneath your thigh and release your fingers there. Inhale, gradually start to straighten that right leg up. As you exhale, go ahead, bend the knee, bring it back down. Inhale, go ahead and start to straighten. Exhale to bend. Continue a few more up and down. Getting into the hamstring. And next time that you straighten the leg, go ahead and keep that leg up. We're going to move into what we call nerve gliding. So inhale, straighten your knees slightly, point your toes up towards the ceiling as you do so. And then as you exhale, bend the knee, flex the foot, so pull the toes in towards the shin. It might feel strange if you haven't done it before, but it's a really effective way to really get into the muscles. It was originally designed to help with nerve pain. That's why it's named that. But I find it really gives you a great stretch as well, even if it does feel a little strange while you're doing it. Great. And on your next exhale, you can go ahead and relax that foot, relax the leg, bring it back down, plant it on the mat, and pull your left leg back in if it was extended. And before we do the other side, just take a moment, just like we did with the shoulders, and feel the difference. Does that hip sit any differently on the block than the other side does? And if you do notice a difference, good. And we'll move on to the other side. So pulling left knee in towards the chest, hold on to the front of that shin, straighten your right leg out or bring it down, whatever you'd like. And go ahead and start with your hip circles here. Just wind around and around. Ooh, I had a big pop on my hip there. I needed this movement as much as you guys did this morning. Good, and go ahead and switch the direction. And pulling that knee back to the middle now. And reach the hands under the thigh, interlace your fingers, and I'll go ahead and start to straighten, reach up. Exhale, knee bends, bring it back down. Inhale, straighten up. Exhale, bend. A few more on your own. Good, and one more time. Next time leg is elevated, let's keep it up. We'll do our nerve gliding. So inhale, straighten and point the toes. Exhale, bend the knee, flex the foot, pull it in. Alternate back and forth. Okay, a few more times up and down. Giving that left leg some love. And last time. Good job. You can relax that leg on down. Bring it back in towards you. Right foot can come back in. Give those knees a little shake to each side while staying on your block. And then this time, we're going to pick up both feet, pull both knees in towards our chest, extend both legs up to the ceiling. If you need to adjust your block or slide down on your block, go ahead and do so. While you're here, do some little ankle circles with your feet. This is a nice way to do like a restorative version of shoulder stand. You're still getting a lot of the benefits, but it's not quite as taxing. And go ahead and switch the direction you're circling if you haven't already. You can even do some different shapes with your legs here. You can bring it out to a V. Do a little split shape. Just play around with it for a little bit. Just keep those legs elevated for a little bit longer. And on your next exhale, we can start to pull those knees back in towards our chest. Plant the feet back on the floor. Pick the hips up off your block. Slide it out from underneath you. Let your back settle back onto the mat. Windshield wiper those knees and grab your yoga strap when you're ready, or your scarf, whatever you might be using. And just unroll it. All right, and we'll take it and place it around the bottom of our right foot. So pull that knee in. Just attach the strap right around the bottom of the foot, right below the toes, but above the arch of the foot. Wrap it around your hands if you want. Just find a nice grip. Relax your shoulders down and back behind you so you're not squeezing them up too high. And just drive your right hip back and down into the mat as you press up through that right foot. You can keep it flexed for a little bit of a deeper stretch to the back of that hamstring. Let's take a couple rounds of breath here. And while we're here, we're going to do some side openings. So I like to transfer the strap just over to my right hand and then allow the leg to start to open out to that right side. Inhale, let your leg pick back up, bring it back up to center. Exhale, allow it to cross over towards the opposite side slightly. Inhale, back up to the middle. Exhale, back out to the right. Inhale, back up. Exhale, cross over. And continue. Do a few more back and forth. Those last couple. And one more time. Next time you cross the leg over, bring it back to the middle. And we're going to do some spirals with our leg next. So imagine you're starting to draw a circle on the ceiling. And it starts small, but it goes around and around. And each time it goes, it gets a little bit wider. And it's going to be up to you, really how far you decide to go out with your circle. You could go so far that your leg almost comes down to touch the mat if you really want to get that far. So I'll leave that up to you. If you want to keep the circles a little smaller, if that feels better for your hip, honor that. That is fine. And when you have reached as wide as you want to go with those circles, I'm going to get you to change the direction and gradually start to work your way back in. It's a little bit of a core workout too, if you couldn't tell. And when you're all the way back to where you started from, back to that middle point, we're going to stop circling and switch over. So our left foot can come up into the strap. Right foot can come down. And find your nice grip here. Press up with that left leg. Left hip drops and presses back and down into the mat. Shoulders are relaxed. Just take a couple deep breaths. And then when you're ready, you can transfer the strap over to that left hand. As you exhale, open the leg out to the left side. Keep your right hip down. Inhale, bring it back up. Exhale, cross over slightly. Inhale, back up. Exhale, out again to the left. Inhale, back up. Exhale, across. And continue. Alternating. Working on our IT band, our outer hip, our inner thigh, our range of motion, our mobility. And one more time. Next time you've crossed that leg over, bring it back to the center again. And you guessed it, we're going to do our spirals. So starting here, small circle. And widening as you go. Outward and outward. And you can go as wide as you would like to. And when you reach that widest point, change the direction and gradually work your way back. And when you're all the way back, you can stop. And go ahead and take the strap off the foot, get it out of your way, move it off to the side somewhere. And you can bring your soles of your feet back to the mat. We're going to stretch the arms out wide, kind of coming into a T shape. We're going to do a few twists here for the back. So on your next inhale, pick the feet up, pull the knees in towards the chest. And as you exhale, let the knees start to lower down towards the right side. But before they touch the ground, lift them right back up, pull them to center. And then exhale, let the knees start to drop down to the left side. But right before they touch, pull them back up to the center. All right, so get a little bit of core activation again. Okay, but nice movement for the spine, for the hips as well. Okay, do a few more rounds back and forth. And one more to each side. And next time that your knees are back at center, we're going to let them come all the way down to the right. Let them touch the floor this time. The right hand can come down to the top of that left knee. Pull it down slightly if you'd like. Your head could turn to look out over your left arm if you wish, or just keep the head at neutral, look straight up, whatever feels best. We'll take a few rounds of breath here. Just give yourself some time to let go. When you're ready on your next inhale, let's pick the knees back up, pull them back to center, and we'll switch sides. So knees release down to that left side this time. Maybe the left hand presses down slightly on the right knee. Head and neck can turn to the opposite side. Again, breathe in. Breathe out, let it go. Relax into the stretch. When you're ready, next inhale, pull those knees back up to center. You can set your feet down, and then you can allow yourself to start getting stretched out, maybe for your relaxation.
Hi, Emily, your video just dropped.
Let me see here.
Okay.
Are we back?
Yes, you are. Thank you.
Okay, alrighty. Well, relaxation time now, the best part of class, everyone. So if you want to just lie flat on your back or really in whatever position is comfortable for you, go ahead and get there. Close your eyes and we'll do a little meditation and muscle relaxation. So just getting settled in now, body is relaxing against the mat. Eyes are closed, our gaze is soft. And we're going to go through from head to toe, just releasing each area of the body. So let your attention come to your right leg. On your next inhale, lift your right leg away from the mat. Flex your right foot. Exhale, let your right leg drop back down to the floor. Give it a little roll to each side. And then let it relax completely on the mat. And now bring your awareness over to your opposite leg. On your inhale, lift the leg up, let it hover in the air, flex the foot. And exhale, drop the leg back down, roll it out, shake it out, whatever you need to do for it to be totally relaxed. The tension will come up to both of your arms. On your inhale, lift both arms up away from the mat, away from your body. Squeeze the hands, make tight fists. Hold there for a moment. And exhale, let the arms drop back down. Kind of roll or shake them out. And just let them relax. Awareness will now come to your stomach. On your next inhale, take in a nice deep breath, as big as you can. Feel your belly expand. And exhale. Big breath out, let it go. Awareness now up to your chest and your lungs. Inhale again, another deep breath in. Feel your chest expand. And big exhale. Let it go, release. Awareness now comes up to your shoulders. There'll be 4 parts. So inhale, squeeze your shoulders up towards your ears, hold them tight. And exhale. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. Next, inhale, draw your shoulders away from the ears, reach the fingertips down towards the floor, towards your toes. Exhale, relax your shoulders. Inhale, press your shoulders back behind you into the mat. Feel your chest open up. And exhale, relax your shoulders. And last part, inhale, squeeze the shoulders together in front of the chest slightly. And exhale, relax the shoulders back down. And now awareness comes to the neck. On your exhale, turn the head towards one side. And then back to center. Exhale, turn to the opposite side. And back to the center. And then awareness to the very end of your nose. On your inhale, squeeze your eyes and your lips towards your nose. Make a tight face. And exhale. Relax your face completely. Just check in with how you're feeling. If there are any little adjustments that need to be made, go ahead and make them so you're totally comfortable for the last remaining time here. Start to bring attention to your breathing again. Just notice your inhale. Notice your exhale as you release. Staying with that rise and fall of your breath. And if you'd like, you could incorporate a number count. Inhale, count to 4 in your mind. Exhale, see if you can count to 8. And inhale, try for 4. Exhale for 8. Allow yourself a minute or so here to rest and relax. Just being still for a little while. Nothing else is required. You may wish to start deepening your breath slightly now. Perhaps bringing a little bit of movement back to your fingers, wiggling those or wiggling your toes, stretching your arms or your legs. And stay where you are on your back or roll over and rest on one of your sides. Whenever you feel you're ready to rejoin and come back up again, you can come back to a nice comfortable seat so we can end our practice together. So once you're back to your seat, just joining our hands back together at our heart. Perhaps if you remember, if you had an intention at the start, just revisiting it again. On your next inhale, deep breath in. And exhale, nice deep breath out. Bow your head towards your hands. Just thank yourself again for showing up. And namaste. Thank you all so much for being part of the practice. I hope you enjoyed it. Let us know what you thought and how